Hello everyone, my name is Rijan and I'm here with my very first Golang tutorial video. In this video, we'll be getting started with the basic syntax, variable declaration, loops, conditions, and functions. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the first and the most important thing which you need to have is the Go environment setup in your system. You can just download the SDK from the official Go website and set the path variables or the configurations needed in your favorite IDE, whichever you are using. I'm using IntelliJ with Golang plugin in it. So at this point we are done with the environmental setup. We can just start with a new project. Just create a new project and just create a new file. I'm naming it app.go. You can name whatever you want. The name doesn't matter. Inside the package, inside the file, you just need to mention a package name and then import statement and the function. The package name must be main and the function name must be main. This is the point where the program run starts, just like the Java, the main function. So we will write our first hello world program, and here now you can see in the console hello world is just printed out here. In Go, the comment structure is quite like same like other languages. For multi-line comments, you just need to use front slash with asterisk, and for the single line comment, you can just use double front slash. In Golang, you need not put the semicolons to mark the end of the statements. Actually, what happens is the Alexa automatically parses the code and puts the semicolons at the end of the statements very intelligently. So we need not take care of that. This is what happens in Golang. So we will quickly jump on to the next thing, which is the variable declaration. In Go, you can declare variables in different ways. You can use var and the type like example int, or we have a shorthand for it. You can use colon with equal to directly assign values without using the var variable. On the screen, you can see the different ways in which we can declare the variables. You can also declare multiple variables in a single line. To print out the data into the console, we are using print statement. There is one more statement which is printf. What it does is you can just insert integer or string values in between the strings or in between the long text which you are entering. As you can see, I have used both the statements print and printf in the example. So as we are done with the variable declaration part, the next thing which comes is the conditions. We'll start with the if condition, and the working here is same like other language as expected. There is one twist. You can also have the declaration part in the if condition. As you can see in the screen, I can initialize a variable just beside the condition and separate it out from the condition using a semicolon. Sometimes this is very useful when you just need to define a variable just before the if condition, and this way you can merge those two lines into a single line and you can just save your space. This works totally fine. So the next thing which comes is the loops. In Golang, you will not find while loop or do while loop. You can just make use of the for loop and replicate the use case of a while loop. There are multiple ways in which you can use the for loop, and as you can see on the screen, if you don't put the initialization statement and the increment statement, you just need to put the condition statement. You can use it like a while loop. It does look like a for loop, but it's serving the purpose of a while loop. So after the loops, which comes next is the switch case. It has added functionality as compared to other languages. You can actually have conditions in the cases. Actually, you can, as you can see, there are multiple ways in which you can use the switch case. You can just look for a value, whether it is equal to that case or not, or you can put statements or conditional statements in a particular case to look for whether the condition is satisfied or not. You can have a look at this screen, the multiple ways in which you can make use of switch case. So after this, we are done with the switch case, conditions and loops. So the next thing which comes in the line is the functions. We'll just start off with the function which will swap two numbers, actually the value of two numbers. And see, actually it's very convenient in Golang to swap the two values, because in this function swap it can return two variables at the same time, int, and second one is also int. So in a single return statement you can swap two values, and we will just print the values of the integers just to make sure the function worked fine. Now we will modify the existing swap function. In this function we will take input a string name and split it around the space. We will get two numbers and just return it, because it can return two variables at the same time. As you can see on the screen, I have passed the Golang as an argument to the function, and it returned me two separate strings go and lang by splitting it around the space. Also, if you want to return different types of variables, you can also do it. You can just see it on the screen. I have written a code for returning two strings with an integer. It works totally fine. So that's all for today. I will come back in the next video and with different topics.